Well, let's now talk about something quite interesting. Show me the money. And there's one young entrepreneur who has been able to achieve this, and that is none other than Yuenda Hale, who is the managing director for Aspira. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's just quickly start off by what Aspira does and why Kenya?
Sure. So Aspira is a subsidiary of Sim Financial Services Limited, which is a listed company in Mauritius and the largest non-banking financial institution in Mauritius. In Mauritius, we have over 250,000 active clients and a population of just over 1 million. So just to give you a size of the scale of the business there.
All right.
A couple of years ago, the board wanted to expand into other markets, and after doing some research, decided that Kenya seemed like the most attractive market to open up operations and expand the business. So over the past 2 years, just been developing our tech platforms, doing a lot of consumer research, getting an understanding of the markets, until we launched officially in May.
All right.
Our main offering at the moment is offering access to consumers to be able to buy products at select retailers across Nairobi.
All right. And Yaola, looking at this niche that you guys are coming into, banks have been unable to crack it. I don't know. What has been your experience in terms of uptake in the Kenyan market?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of individuals, companies that tried to enter this space in Kenya over the past 15 years. I think some of them entered in a time where the market wasn't ready for this offering. So consumers weren't comfortable doing financial transactions on their phones. There wasn't a lot of information on individuals in terms of their past credit histories. So I think part of it is right place at the right time. I think additionally on top of that, as opposed to a bank, we have a lot of flexibility in terms of the type of product that we could develop and offer to consumers. So what we've done is listen to the market, listen to what the customers want, listen to what the retailers want, and build a product offering that meets both of their needs.
And what's your target market?
Our target market is individuals from ages 25 to 45 who want to buy items from electronics, furniture, household appliances, but don't have access to credit, whether it's because they don't have a past credit history or a bank is not lending to them, or other sources of financing is quite expensive. So when we were looking at the retail market in Kenya, about 1% of sales are done on financing, which is much lower than other countries globally, especially countries similar to Kenya.
All right.
So we thought there was a big gap in terms of no one filling this need and a target market that wasn't being addressed.
So what are the volumes like right now in the Kenyan market in terms of how much have you been able to issue or disperse?
Yeah, so I can't get into the exact figures in terms of our loan book, but we have about 20 retail partners on board on our platform. So some of the retail partners, to give you a sense, are Victoria Courts, Hotpoint, Elite Digital, and Tech. With some of our retail partners, we're doing close to 50% of their sales. Mm-hmm. In terms on the customer side, we have over 10,000 active users on our app, and we've seen strong growth in terms of month-over-month sales.
All right. And finally, how do you deal with defaulters?
Yeah. So in terms of dealing with defaulters, I think any lending business is always going to have a certain amount of defaulters. So what we try to do, and is one of our principles in Mauritius, is to be a responsible lender. So when you're evaluating a customer and deciding how much credit that they're eligible for, you try to look at their disposable income and how much they can afford to maintain and pay you back on a monthly basis. So you try to limit your risk up front, and then once you have the customers on board, work with them to be able to collect your repayments on a monthly basis.
All right. Give or take, where do you see the business in the next 3 years?
Yeah, so at the moment we're just being focused on Nairobi, and our core offerings are furniture, household appliances, electronics, and a bit of travel. So we want to expand the range of products that we're offering financing to, and we also want to expand outside of Nairobi. There's an even bigger need to credit outside of Nairobi, so it's something that we're looking at and hoping to do once the time is right.
All right. Many thanks, Yuenda Hale, the Managing Director for Aspira.
Thank you.
Well, some interesting insights into some mobile-based kind of lending that is happening in the market, and of course a lot of challenges as well when it comes to getting the trust of the consumers.